All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Spiral Podcast. Today's Friday podcast where I just predict all of the games that are coming up tomorrow and later today, and just tell you guys why I believe so. And yeah, so let's jump right into it. The first one I have is Nebraska at Indiana. Sorry. I think that's gonna be a very good game. Indiana, I think, is gonna get it done. Their quarterback, Curtis Roke, I think is how you say his name. He's been explosive all season. Dylan Raiola, I know if you guys have watched my videos a lot, I like Nebraska a lot. But going into Indiana, I think can be a sneakily tough place to play at once I believe that crowd will be pretty sold out, or it'll be close to sold out, I believe, just because of their success recently. Indiana, really streaky right now. 6-0 is great for them. Their coach really knows how to get them prepared for games. And I just think after seeing this season and a half, I just don't think Matt Rule is as good as a coach as we thought he would be. I think Dylan Raiola, while he's good, he's a freshman, he makes mistakes. And Indiana just has a little more depth, a little more experience in both positions, coaching and player-wise. I think Indiana's defense is pretty good. I think they've stepped it up more than what I thought they would be in the beginning of the season. So I think Indiana gets a close game at home to bring them to 7 wins, which would be crazy. Or maybe 8. I think it's 7, though. Undefeated at least, which is crazy to say. Indiana, I'm really hoping for them to do good this year. And then Michigan at Illinois is the second game I have. And I think Michigan's going to get it done. Illinois is a decently tough place to play at. So I'm assuming it's a night game, but it might not be. But if it is, that's a tough place to play at. But I think Michigan's run game is it's going to dominate Illinois, I have a feeling. Not dominate, but I think Michigan is just going to pound the rock, and I don't think Illinois' defense is quite prepared for that yet. You kind of saw that with Penn State as well. Penn State likes to run the ball a lot, and Illinois just couldn't really do much about it. And I think, Michigan is probably one of the best rushing teams in the sense that they'll tire you down, they'll wear you down, and then they'll just keep pounding the rock. They just, never throw. But you have to still be a little careful about the throw because when they do throw it, you still have to have DBs out there and stuff. It's not like you can just, play a zone with, 2 guys out there. Even though it seems like you can. But, I think Michigan, they get it done in a touchdown game on the road. The third game I have is Kentucky at Florida. So I think Florida's going to win by a touchdown. This is a rivalry game in the SEC. It's going to be tough. It's at Florida, though. And, Kentucky losing to Vanderbilt is just not good. It's not what you want to see if you're a Kentucky fan going into a rivalry game. Tennessee or Florida, Lagway has been playing decently well, actually, after a slower start to the season. And don't get me wrong, I don't think Florida's good by any means. I just think Kentucky's not as good. Florida is probably just overrated still, even though they're not even ranked. Lagway's a good quarterback, but he's not that good, So I got Florida by a touchdown, but I don't think either of these teams are all that great. I just think rivalry game, it's going to be heated. I can see a scenario where Kentucky wins, but after losing to Vanderbilt, I just think Florida just outnumbers them at the quarterback position by a little bit, and it's at home for Florida. So I got Florida winning that game. And then here come the 2 big ones, both SEC matchups. We got number 4 Alabama. My 4th game is Alabama at Tennessee because I think it's the lesser of the 2 games. And I think so it's at Tennessee, like I said. That home crowd is going to be insane. Last time they played Tennessee at Tennessee, we all know what happened with that goalpost, let's just say. That home crowd is going to be crazy. Tennessee has a great stadium, great environment. Bama hasn't really been prepared for the last 2 games, Bama, they went to Vanderbilt thinking it was going to be easy cakewalk after beating Georgia. Nope, they lose by 5 points. They didn't even, stop their offense. And then Bama against South Carolina at home. You would think Kellen DeBoer would prepare their team a little bit better than what he did against Vanderbilt. Nope, almost lost. won by 2 points to South Carolina at home. Like, how do you do that? You cannot do that. And I just don't think Kalen DeBoer is. I think people are forgetting how good they had it with Nick Saban. To be honest, Nick Saban was truly just one of a kind. Nick Saban, I mean, he prepared his team in a way that I don't think many other coaches have. So Kalen DeBoer, I don't think he's going to prepare Bama enough for a Tennessee team that, while coming off of a tough loss to Arkansas 2 weeks ago, like, they're still not that bad. And I think it's a home crowd for Tennessee. They're going to Alabama's defense just hasn't really been playing up to what I think it should be for Alabama. I think Tennessee gets it done in an upset. I truly do. I think Tennessee is just the better team right now. And I think their coach is better. So I get Tennessee winning this game probably by like a field goal. I can see a field goal or a touchdown, maybe 10 points. But I think it's going to be a close game for sure. And it's going to be a great one. And then before I get into the last game, I'm going to give an honorable mention. I don't know how much importance this game will have, but Toledo at NIU is always going to be a good game, you know. Toledo beating Mississippi State really badly and NIU beating Notre Dame. It's going to be a cool game to see for the MAC. Could have very big implications. And who knows, if Toledo wins this game and wins the MAC eventually, they could have a legitimate chance at being the G5 team. And I don't think people are talking about that. So, excuse me. So, I think that should be a game, you know, you don't have to watch necessarily, but definitely keep out for that score because whoever wins that game will have a decent chance at winning the MAC. And if they win the MAC, then both teams have a great case for being a G5 team for the playoffs. And then the fifth game I have is Georgia at Texas. So, this game is going to be a great game. All-time classic probably. Unless it turns south, but I don't think it will turn too south. But there's a couple of reasons why I think that Texas is going to get it done. First of all, Texas offense, really hard to beat, especially when you have Quinn Ewers back. Quinn Ewers being back this week also against Oklahoma in a tough crowd, just winning 34-3. That gives them a lot of confidence, you know. That's something you want to have after coming off of an injury. You want to have a game where you get back into the feel of it, you know. And I think Ewers did just that. So that's one thing I have for Texas that Texas has going for them, you know. Second thing is that I don't think Georgia's offense is as explosive as I don't think Georgia's offense is as explosive as we've seen it be in the past 3 or 4 years. Brock Bowers, I think, plays a big part in that. It just seems like they aren't able to get the ball on the field as well as they used to be. They like to take things more slowly now. They like to be methodical in their drives. They like to take up clock and, score touchdowns and let their defense rest up. But I think against Texas, that's not going to be able to happen. They're going to have to throw it down the field. They're going to have to try and slice up that Texas defense in one way. And that's going to be hard to do for them, especially the way they play football. And it's on the road. Texas is not – that place is going to be rocking. SEC matchup for the first time. First really big SEC matchup against another SEC team in Texas' stadium. So it's going to be a great environment for Texas. And I just think Texas overall is just too good. I mean, they're the number one team in the country for a reason. They're dominant right now. So unless Georgia can stop them, I think Texas's dominance is going to continue to reign in college football. So that's my prediction for these great games coming up this week. Let me know what you guys think of my predictions and if you agree with them or not. But, I think I went for 5 for 5. So thanks for watching the podcast. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.